move to a league that's right for me. Gotta ditch the elves and the bashy dwarfs, you see. I talk about Goblin Town, where the bombs go boom and the trolls fall down. Said I gotta move on to a place where the snot flies free. Wanna see that pogo go, bounce to calamity. Won't you take me to Goblin Town? How we stabbing, we frown in Goblin Town. Goblin Town, jigsaw spinning around in Goblin Town. Rest not looking, we're grinning in Goblin Town. Vow like it's tradition in Goblin Town. Trolls confused and just punched out our loony. The ball's on fire and the ref wants to sue me. Snots on the sideline sing doom, 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 while we catapult the goblin to the moon. Dodging like a dream through a field of broken dreams. Scrimmage line explodes. Yeah, we planned it, or so it seems. Won't you take me to Goblin Town, where the pitch gets real loud in Goblin Town. We brought reps and get down in town. Yeah, we lose with some style in Goblin Town, but we laugh all the while in Goblin Town. Chainsaw revving, fungus flinging, fanatics spinning, goblins winning. Maybe not, but it's still a blast. Take me back to Goblin Town, where the stunty dreams die in Goblin Town, but we live and we fly in Goblin Town. We blow up and we cry in Goblin Town, but we'll see you next time, Goblin Town!
Hey, and welcome in to the first week of the Stunty Cup Roundup, where we will be going over the best and the worst of the week and all the fun stuff. First of all, we have a massive shout out to Sir Rebbl, one of the Fling coaches. He's done an awesome amount of work creating a lot of these graphics for us to use. Welcome as well to Haringzord and everybody who raided from the G-Man Roundup. So Stunty Town has two different parts to it. You have the Stunty Cup, which is the most winningest team that has been tryharding like all the other tryhards in the tryhard leagues. Gets points for their wins, draws, whatever. If you get over 12 points in the season, you get a ticket into the playoffs as the best Stunty team. If for some reason you manage to win enough points that you qualify as a normal team into the playoffs as a Stunty team, you win the Stunty Cup and that ticket goes to the next best Stunty team as long as they still get over 12 points. So each Rebbl season there should be a Stunty team in the playoffs, unless we all suck so much that we can't even get to 12 points at the end of the season. But the most important part of the competition is the Goblin Town Carnage Cup. This is bragging rights over all the other stunties as you are the most dangerous lunatic team in the league, and everybody needs to basically pay attention to the fact that you murdered everybody. So you get your normal points. These get totaled up each match. The more damage you do, the more points you get. Even when people are killing you, you get points, because everybody loves to see people get wrecked. The only time you can lose points is if someone scores a touchdown against you, because at the end of the day, it's still Blood Bowl and we want to care. Everything else is just murderous points. Then you have your special events. These are crazy shenanigans, which you can only get points for these once a match. These you can get multiple, and with these points, you get effectively the bragging rights of something like Magnus winning with no rerolls. This also works if you're a normal stunty team and you do not use any rerolls. No rerolls from leader, no rerolls from events, no rerolls that you purchased, nothing. If you don't use a team reroll during the thing, you get 30 points. Win with no star players or big guys. There is a little Fling team that's trying that one. that's 30 points. If you manage to snipe the ball carrier, 25. All kinds of fun times. If you do a one-turn touchdown, whether it's your first action after their kickoff or your kickoff, if you can get a one-turn, you get points. Down to here, we have fouling on turn 8 or turn 16. Now you'll notice there's quite a lot of points for fouling because this is Goblin Town and it's all about fouls. If you foul someone on turn 8 or turn 16, you get points. What this means is before you score the touchdown on turn 8 or turn 16, you foul someone, you get automatic points. If you do it with a big guy at any point during a match, you get extra points. If you do it with a weapon that kills or maims, you get extra points. If you do it on turn 16, which causes a kill or a maim, you get even more extra points. If you do it on turn 16 and you are fouling before you're going to score a touchdown that would either win you the game or draw you the game, you get extra points. If you do it without bribes, you get even more. So if you fouled on turn 16 to win or draw the game, but you did it before you obviously went and had the touchdown attempt without any bribes, with a big guy, you got 2, 3, you get a maim as well, 5, so that's 10, 20 points. That's a crazy amount of points, but it's basically risking winning the game or not. As an example of this legendary play here, one of the Goblin Town has managed to actually do that, which will show you what it looks like here. So you get a blitz, ball's got to be in the end zone up here. This tree down here is just clearing out some space. This one here is going to lob this. So before the humans even get to do it, there's no rerolls because it's a blitz. Boom. Dice. Waits for it. Ball lands there. Touchdown. Absolutely epic shenanigans. Now that is incredibly rare. Like the odds we worked out at some point it's stupid odds. So if you manage to do this during a league, you get ridiculous points. So after this, let's have a look at the Stunty Cup, see who's doing it. Goblin Union 317, Chris Abject, who is in the Rebbl Premier League in Group 1H, is currently leading the competition with 1 win. The only person in the Premier League to pull out a win. However, it's hey Wonky, how's it going? Good to see you. It's even better as the undead team that probably would have done an excessive amount of damage quit the league, ran away scared from 2 goblins in his league, and gave the Goblin Union the first win of the season in the Premier League for a stunty team. And what better way to win it than just not actually have to roll any dice? Good times. In the fresh leagues, we have Trusting Gob with Kiendre coaching that one, and that is in Big O, Division 1D. Then we have the Contrary Cavaliers, managed to get a win. I'm trying to remember who that was. I believe it's not Mr. Mojo, it is Badger Belly, the Flings. Believe so. So the Flings got another one over there. In the Premier League, we got 2 draws with my Goblin squad here and Surreal's Uber Flings, which Hangsor just covered, but we'll go over this in a bit more detail. So we got draws, and then T-Self in the Premier League and Iron Jesus take the wheel. Both got losses, and then the lower leagues got losses as well. So those are the 2 down difference. This is looking at the Stunty Cup, so this is points for the playoff ticket, and that's how it's currently looking at the end of the first match. First week. Now this is on to the Goblin Town points. So this totals up all of the points that we've got from that table that we mentioned at the start, which is this one here. So all of these special plays, special points, and murders. So at the moment, at the top, first week winner, last minute suicide squad, 108 points, 2 kills, 12 fouls, special points, 20 points for the plays. Coming in a very close second is the relatively legal weapons, which is T-Self. He's got 1 kill, 2 maims, so that's perms, 8 fouls, 15 star player points. And then the fouls kind of drop off quite rapidly after that. We've got some flings coming in with a kill and a maim, and 5 fouls, and then there was just a couple of maims spread between the rest of them. 1 for Surreal. RNG's taking the wheel, and Trust Gob for another one down there. So already we've got teams off to a great start, these two here. You can really get quite a lot of points if you put in a lot of effort to beat them down. These teams down here seem to be trying to win the match, and that's not always what's going to get you the best. So Hall of Fame at the moment for week 1. Most kills we've got 2. Coach Raz and Kiendre got 2 touchdowns each, so they get joint first. And most fouls, 12. We're going to try and go for the 100 fouls in a season, so we've got to keep that going and see what we can do with that. And the winner for week 1 is myself, which is quite nice. I think I got quite lucky with the turn 8 fouls and the turn 16. And then after that, we're going to show you guys some special plays. So this is T-Self and what he managed to get his special points from. So we pick it up in the first half. The rats have come down the side. It's against Jim and his rats. Very good coach, very good Skaven with a large bench, so it's difficult for Goblin coaches to get rid of enough, but we've already cast out the Rat Ogre and lost 1 down there to the Skaven Blitzer. So we pick it up. The Trolls are trying to move back down, and we have a little Goblin here. So first of all, Goblin's going to allow this Troll here to move on down by activating him as a friend, and then stay behind to be launched by this Troll here. So the play is block this guy off, get closer that he might even be able to risk a 2 red dice on that one. Takes him out of the tackle zone, doesn't bother the Troll. But unfortunately, even though he's aiming here, Troll instructions are unclear. Picks up the Goblin, doesn't eat them, but with a good throw snipes the back of the Troll, injuring the Dauntless Goblin, taking him out. Should have been a great sacking piece, and managing to stun the Troll, which I'm sure was quite unexpected to get nailed in the back of the head. Then we pick it up in the second half. We managed to pull it back, and we have 2 turns for the rats, so it'll be very hard to stop them, but T-Self, lucky as he always is, gets a blitz. So we pick it up, Morg coming over here, and trying to stop this 1 turning threat. So he manages to get a 2 dice on him. There's no other assists or cancelling out, so it'll just be 2 dice. But lucky enough, he gets the choice. Takes them both down. Because he's got sidestep, he wants to keep him where he is. Doesn't want to give him a chance to go away. But sadly, nothing here. Now, at this point, T-Self has the option of these guys are all based, but these guys here can move. So what he looks at is throwing a teammate. So either this guy here, just measuring the spaces over to these guys, or with this guy here. Now the problem he has is these squares will basically be on the line. Now for those of you in chat, have a think about it. What other options does he have to solve this problem? Because this is quite a dangerous throw. If we look at this here, you've got the only 2 tackle pieces, so even dodging out will be hard. There's another Goblin here, so you've got a lot of traffic. Another Goblin here, Morg here. All of this is in range. So what can you think of which would be a better option than doing this? It's still got a chance. You could scatter up, miss all the tackle zones, and go get the ball. But unfortunately, as he throws it, another excellent Troll snipe for his own player, injures himself and removes this guy. So T-Self on this one gets 15 points. So he gets 10 points for removing one of his own teammates, and he got 5 points on the previous one for removing the guy that he threw. So T-Self racking up some good points. Unfortunately, it's a turnover, The Skaven did manage to get that back to a win. It was a little bit hard to stop them. But then for my special points, we have the start of my drive after the elves did a really quick score. This blood patch here is Skitter stabbing their super catcher, so they're already out of Apo as they return into the match. And this is the first chance we've got to actually get some blocks. The trolls are now paying attention, and straight away into a death. All the spiky gear that we bought him is obviously doing wonders. Yeah, that was basically it. Fnatic gets a stun, Troll gets this guy back with grab, and Saw gets a removal. So straight away on the LOS we've got 3 people. We now go to turn 6. We've got good control, wiped out a load of those. Here's the super catcher back from the Apo, meets the troll. Ooh, death. So that's the end of him. Now we're at the end of the first half. We've had a lucky Blitz who got KO'd afterwards. Ball bounced quite luckily into the 2 tackle zones of the 2 elves, the worst place it could go. The Fnatic manages to shove this guy off. Wrestle tackle gets rid of this guy. Unfortunately, sidestep brings him here, and the worst bounce again. Any of this could have been good. Go for the foul on turn 8. Gets the stun, but sadly Skitter can't pick up the ball in a tackle zone on a 2, drops it. So we go in 0-1 at the end of the half. But a lot of good things. Now this is right at the end of the second half. We're on turn 16. This is to draw the game. We have almost pitch cleared the entire Albion team. There's 1 here, ganged around by everybody. Unfortunately, this was all KOs and they kept coming back. 6 of these already came back, which is why I couldn't go for the win, and they had enough to stall it. Skitter comes around here in case we get a thing that does it. Troll foul for extra star points. Yeah, it is. Fancy Goblin Coach. Pick it up though, but we've got no rerolls here. So, risking the foul before the thing for the draw. Getting the extra special points. Unfortunately, we don't get the pitch clear. So, it's just the normal shenanigans on that one. But we are going to look at one of the matches here. Yeah, it was quite a lot of KO rolls, but they had a tendency to do quite well with them. But I mean, 50% is still 50%. I can't really argue this much. So what we're looking at here is Kiendre's Trust in Gob versus Project Swift and his Black Orcs. It's some fresh division, Stunty Cup action, and we will see how it goes. Timeout, so they lose a turn already. Immediately into a 1 of 9. Putting down the troll. Kiendre with great reroll control there. Only having 2 rerolls. Eats it. Black Orcs aren't the fastest. He doesn't have a troll, so he's not at risk of a throw teammate kidnap and score. And he's going for Goblin down here, just gets pushes. So the Black Orcs are applying pressure, making sure this guy's in trouble. Gets the power on this guy. Brings him away so we can isolate the Fnatic. And then it looks like we're going to get some stunty dodging for 2 dice. Another POW. So yeah, bit of a dangerous start for Kiendre. And then up we come with some more gobs to close off the escape routes. So with this, Saw comes down to guard the ball. There's an excellent safety. And then we'll see where the Fnatic goes, what it can turn up. Gets the POW, returns that on the Black Orc. Puts him down. Comes down again, but sadly, nothing. He's not going to go for any GFIs here. Unfortunately, the Blitz for the Troll is the one that fails. But we've got the ball. And we're looking to draw the Black Orcs in from the looks of it. Oh, straight into a 1 and 9. Bad times for the goblins. So already they've had some pretty terrible dice. So it's whether they can draw the Black Orcs in and then make a burst to get away from them against the slower Black Orcs. But we're already down a goblin. That's one Kaz. Another pal on the trolls. It's been quite a painful start for the old goblins. Again, pushing them away quite smartly from Project Swift, making sure that he's away from any goblins. Pops him here. Keandre opting not to dodge. Dodge not on automatic for him. So that way he doesn't just get a blitz surf quite easily. Just pushes. And in the Rebbl Fresh Leagues, there's not many skills to go around. So these teams aren't going to be throwing around a lot of block or tackle. So he's doing the right thing with making it 3 dices where he can. Takes it both down on the hooligan. Gets a Kaz removal. Just badly hurt. So he's not off the team, but it's looking like an even more uphill start for the goblins. Fnatic with the rush, go for it, gets over to the troll. Down goes the goblin into KO. Looks like we're going to create some space over here. Troll gets a little too confused with having to do things like stand up and breathe at the same time. So the pogo comes over here. This Black Orc, we're hoping that the tackle zone here will keep it where it's supposed to be. This one finally passes. Oh no, not this. Ah! It's the replay bug. Oh damn you. Okay, so we're going to have to live with this on the screen then. Powers him down, just a stun though. Troll goes down with an armor break, KO as well. Gobs are getting no help from any of this stuff, and this is stuck in this half as well, so that's going to be quite irritating. Keep it over there. Brawler gets the POW on the Fnatic. Terrible luck for Keandre to start the match. Everything that he needs is getting removed. Just pushes. Chainsaw survives. Tiny bit of luck coming back to him. We do have a bit of a chance to get round the side here and come up behind the troll. Goblins taking each other out. No damage on this one. So he is down to a lack of choices. He's only got 1, 2, 5 players on the pitch, 6 players on the pitch. Chainsaw takes out Goblin, badly hurt. Starts evening up the rosters a bit. We're going to come up here, get the troll up. No, we're not. The troll once again goes stupid. Gets the dodge. Ball is bouncing all over the pitch in a awesome bug. Hand off and down the pitch. Gets the first rush. Gets the second rush. Excellent use of rushes there. So now the Black Orcs, too slow to catch back up. They're going to have to do a bit of damage. This guy here will have a lot of dodges if he does. He can still do it if he wants, but it's going to be pretty difficult. Chainsaw goes down. Hard to keep him around with that many people. Just a KO though, so he may come back in the next round. There's no bribes though, so it's unlikely. Just a push. So can't even base the ball, so he's just going to scare him into scoring, leaving him 3 turns for a return score. Can't imagine Keandre hanging around. He doesn't, puts the ball in, gets the score, makes it 1-0. which is a really good effort considering where everything ended up with all of these. Just one of theirs will be out, see if we get the KO rolls. This will be quite a big KO roll for the troll, see if it comes back. Fanatic gets sent off. Looney gets sent off. Troll comes back though. So we still have a full squad. 15. Keandre went for the Pogo build. Fanatic's looking like it's sent off. Awesome replays, Cyanide. Okay. So, while we're doing all of this, just going to hit it over. So we got an ad break coming up in a couple of minutes for those that just missed half time. Kind of sped through it a bit, would have talked a bit more, but this glitch here that's putting the kick on it is pretty irritating, so I'm trying to get through it a little quicker than normal. And then we'll do next week's matchups and previews. So the Black Orcs here, trying to get their 3-turn on. Still getting the pals. And another armor break. Just a stun though. Ooh, Brawler gets the POW. So we've still got 2 rerolls. So there is a lot of effort that the Black Orcs can put in for this. POW again. That's a lot of POWs. And another armor value break. But removal this time. Gets to pick up. So we've had 2 stuns, 1 KO. Is that KO? Yeah. Troll goes stupid. So no blitz, but we do get a bomb. Bomber dribbles not. Fails the block. This has really gone all over the place. That guy shouldn't be there, he's there. He's injured from the looks of it. Yes, he is. Okay. We've got a guy on the ball, so it's now dodges. Just trying to block off as much as he can. We're going to have to skip through this. This thing's irritating me too much. He gets the ball off him. Maybe we'll have to go back. Why is it skipped right to the end? Cyanide, this is terrible. Okay, so we managed to score part of the way through the second half. And these guys come up. Couple of pushes, hand off to him, and off he goes again. Taking advantage of the Black Orc slowness. Couple of rushes, still got both his rerolls, so it's reasonably safe. And then puts in a screen. This guy will come up and stop this guy. And there we go. Black Orcs use Brawler. Gets him down. Gets all the way through with a bit of stunty shenanigans. Gets cleared out. And safe. Stalls out the last couple of turns. And then gets the score with a handoff. So Keandre doing the classic goblin tactic of doing the handoffs. So this will get you along the way across the pitch. It's great against slow teams like Black Orcs, but instead of just trying to cage up, you can just do it to one of your goblins because you have a number advantage, and then you're off down the pitch, a couple of sprints, and you're gone. So that's a good way to use the numbers advantage. You just saw it there. Won in a match, even while he was getting beat, and you got about 10 seconds before the adverts, and then once they're done, we'll do the teams for next week, while I find out where they are in the leagues. Okay, so you should all be back from the break on there, or whatever it was telling me was happening. So what we're going to do is look through the matchups for next week. We'll start in Big O, where we have Trust in Gob versus Jumping Drax. So let's have a look at these guys who they'll be facing. It's a human team. We got your blitzers. There's not very much development on here. We've just got one touchdown here. So they're going in pretty standard. It can be a little bit painful for goblins because these guys are so fast. They get around everywhere with block. If you can get rid of the ogre, or he goes stupid at the wrong time, that could be quite useful. And then the thrower, basically just a ball carrier. You can smash his face in pretty easily. But these guys can be a bit of a pain. It's good that you can beat them up. They're only strength 2. But the fact they do have dodge and movement 8 makes them quite dangerous. So it's hard to keep them contained, especially if you get a move up later. McKendry is going into this match with decent teams. There's no real damage. He's got space for star players there. 2 rerolls, 920 going in versus what have we got? One. Yeah, so he's got 100 TV easily, so I'm expecting to see a bomber dribble snot and 1 bribe for that. and that's going to be him against humans. It's going to be a pretty tough matchup for him. Humans are pretty speedy, and they've got reasonable armor, so you can't kill them as quickly. So he'll be lucky if he gets a win. Draw's good. Win will be even better. Ooh, pardon me. Okay. Then we have other Big O Premier. Big O Premier 1B we want. Where's 1B? No, that's fresh. Premier 1B. Here we go. And looking at this, we have last week's. Have they already played? Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. So 2-1. Bit of a sad one. We'll save that replay so I can watch that and see what happened. But statistics. See what happened. 15 injuries inflicted. Yeah, so basically the old punch to death. When we run out of people to blitz with and only a couple of fouls. Yeah, that's a punching to death. Quite a bit of Kaz from the looks of that. Yes, that is wonky. That is why no one should choose flings. Those dirty, dirty, grubby pie people. Except, of course, with the exception of Surreal, who is doing all the lovely graphics for us at the start. The dirty flings are dirty flings. 16 pals, that's too much for these guys to be surviving. Yeah, that's pretty painful. Yeah, so unfortunately Mr. Monster against some beefy orcs has already taken a bit of a shoe-in, but let's have a look, see what we got. Ouch. So the tree is MNG, the hefty is MNG, this is MNG, and an armor bust MNG, sneaky git. So we're down to 765, so they're going to have a lot of people, but they are down a big un and a lot of bench. So he can buy more bench. That's probably replace this guy and probably replace him as well with an armor bust. The tree you can get a Merc or a Morg, but that's going to be tough on his next round. That looks like pretty savage beating from the green orc guys. What we got here? Block, block, block. Yeah, that's just a lot of mighty blow. Stand firm, irritating tackle, beat downs. Yeah, that's quite a painful one. Then we've got 1D, which should be Boomer Mojo. Let's have a look. Boomer Mojo, RNGs take the wheel versus the Warg Boys and Mad Eye. So let's have a look at Boomer Mojo after his last match. He's got 1 MNG. This is a fireable and rehireable goblin, but he doesn't have much money, so you can leave him. You've got your 2 block trolls, it's very good. Saving up here, not quite sure what he's saving for. Possibly a stat, I'm not sure. I would give this guy pro. Makes it more regular, helps you out to do all your throw teammates and stuff. Good for winning leagues. Dodge keeps him around, keeps him alive. Sneaky Hooligans, what he needs. Sure hands, move up. Dangerous with AV7, but still hanging in there. And a leader, Goblin, to give him an extra roll. That's quite lucky. This guy as well got a lucky sneaky git. So, oh, this guy's chosen. That's chosen leader, not random sneaky git. My apologies. But a lucky sneaky git up here. Sidestep and diving tackle. So, decent tools. And he's going to be against Aussie Viking and some Amazons with a lot of TV, but also, sadly, a lot of tackle. Wrestle tackle, block tackle. Dirty player, so there'll be some fouling. Frenzy, and 3 bench. Block guard here, and a leader. This will be a dangerous, dangerous team to have to deal with. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry, I looked at the wrong team. I just teams facing the Warg Boys, not the Amazons. He played those last round. Ejat. Okay, so Orcs 1400, bit easier to manage with less bench. They've got 12 players, so they'll have 1, but we've got 2 tackle blitzers, Block, Mighty Blow, Block Guard, and a big un, so they'll be probably sticking with the trolls and toughing it out. Orc Lineman, block, shadowing, not much point in shadowing, but it is a random skill to go with his block. Tackle Frenzy, this will be a dangerous piece, so you're going to need to set up some frenzy traps just to try and make sure he can't just beat you to death all the match. And you've got to sucker these guys out and kill them as quick as possible. So that's going to be a tough one for Boomer Mojo, but he is good. He's got lots of sneaky schemes and always has a plan or two in Goblin Town. So you can beat orcs, they are pretty slow, so if the orcs do the bit where they come running in and they don't bother leaving any safeties, it's a lot easier for the goblins. So it looks like an aggressive team, so I'm going to give Boomer a chance at winning that one. I think he can do it. On to G-Man. Let's bring up G-Man. G-Man, maybe with no space. The G-Man, okay. Fresh 1A, fresh 1A, fresh 1A, fresh 1A. So this should be Badger, Jelly and some flings. Sheffield Pancakes Day. They've already lost, so we're kind of spoiling it here. But Sheffield Pancakes Day, absolutely love this team. Just flings, no big guys, no room for star players, just getting it on. So we've got a move down and an agility. That's a bit rubbish for both those two because they're both key pieces. But they're all replaceable, so we can get rid of those if he needs to. But yeah, Sheffield Pancakes Day, we will be following this team throughout the season. Love the theme, ace time. Like, got to give anyone that's willing to do that some mad respect, even if they are dirty pie-eating flings. Next time we'll try and get the stunty recap out on a Wednesday, just so that we don't accidentally spoiler any matches. In the premiere for G-Man, we have 1B with Surreal and his Uber Flings. Uber Flings here versus Only Zons. Everyone's got to make some money, I suppose. We've got block move trees. These things are awesome and disgusting. There's a very good chance that you'll be seeing these in the Stunty Hall of Fame, unless someone takes a chainsaw to them at some point. This little catcher is lightning fast at move 7. Gotta love it. Sidestep, diving, tackle, block. Bit of a pain, this guy. Sidestep leader, although he's got to move down, armor down, so that could be a problem. Short hands, so you've got your ball carrier here. Dirty player, getting a random in, good times. Strip ball. And wrestle, but with move down, he's probably going to get retired soon. Move 4 is pretty terrible. Same with this guy down here. Block sidestep is good, but move 4, I wouldn't. But Surreal, it's a good coach. Good flings. Doing some excellent work with the graphics. So hopefully, fingers crossed, even a fling team can win. However, these guys, 12 bench, 1300, not giving away many points at all. Block, 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 wrestle. It's going to be difficult. On the upside, they're not a speedy team. He's only got 2 move 7s. So the flings with a good throw teammate can get away from them. Surreal, unlike our buddy in the other league, will be taking star players and rerolls. Yeah, I agree with that. They can do some damage, especially these trees. This wrestle here, probably going to be a bit more useful than the block and getting them down if you can get some fouls. They've only got, it's probably just Chef and Cindy with 150 points, but good luck to Surreal on that one. Fingers crossed. And I hate supporting the dirty flings, but I'm going to support him on that one. And then 1D, here we go, is Boomer Mojo. And I know we're recapping a little bit of what you guys did but I'm in the wrong league, so that will teach me. Are you sure? What am I looking at? Premier? Yeah, it should be in there. Let's go looking for him then, see if I wrote him in the wrong. Oh, no, that's big O. It is 1C. Here we go, Magnus the Pink. Against Elf in a Handcart. So, Magnus, Iron in the Blood, unfortunately messed up his redraft, so forgot to have any rerolls. It's going to be an incredibly tough season for him. But on the upside, he does have TV for days now that he doesn't have expensive rerolls. These two here, they're probably going to get replaced. Might keep him around, but I'd replace this guy. You can wait a week. You don't have to do anything now because you only got 60k. But you've got a very good troll, Block Pro, Block Troll here. You're not really re-rolling these, and these can be most of your blitzers. You've got Sure Hands and Move Up, so you don't need re-rolls here. Sneaky Git, so you don't need re-rolls here. And if you get a star player like Varag or Morg, your 3 dice blitzers are pretty easy to get, and you've got block, so you shouldn't need any rerolls there. So, with dodge and this could be a pretty epic season for him. He gets a little bit aggressive at times. If you stay down, sometimes it's better than getting up and trying the super risky plays. You will end up with most of your goblins getting punched to death. So on that one, Magnus, you do have a chance. I'm going to be watching these matches. I'll probably cast them as well if you let me know, because it's hilarious. So you and the 16-person flings got a special place in my heart for you this season. We even created 2 new special plays for the Goblin Town because of these 2 teams. Win with no rerolls and win with no star players. So this one here is open to anyone, any stunty team. Even if you've got rerolls on your roster or you get free rerolls, if you do the entire match, no rerolls at all, not any of the free ones, nothing, you'll get crazy bonus points because that is ridiculously lucky, on top of being ridiculously lucky enough to win. And then the last ones we've got, I believe, is Rebbl. So let's have a look at these. We have the Fresh 1A, which isn't on there. Fresh 1A. And for this, we have Coach Raz against J-Leave. So Coach Raz is going to be up against it this week. J-Leave is a very good coach, previous Super Bowl winner. Very good with Necro, not sure what he's doing this season. We've got one troll on his way to getting block. Another troll just starting out. We're 1 SPP away from getting Sure Hands with a little pogo. I'm assuming that's what he's saving for, or he's going for a stat up. He's not randoming Agi. Oh, he's Woody. No, actually, I love playing Wood Elves. I'll smash a Wood Elf team. I've got a pretty good record against those. They die easy, and they don't have any of the sidestep block nonsense that the Bro Elves do. We've got an Hooligan. Still needs to get some SPP on this guy to get him Sneaky Get. Fanatic, not going to be much use against the Wood Elves, unless there's a tree which you beat to death. But Fanatic, 50-50 in a Wood Elf match, they'll usually just leave it alone. They are indeed biodegradable and will help the tree. Looney here, going to be key. This guy here, the longer Raz keeps this guy here inactive, the more dangerous it is for the Wood Elves. They won't just leave their War Dancers hanging out. As soon as this guy's off the pitch, those War Dancers will come out and start smashing everybody quite liberally. But while this guy is running around, he is a giant threat. It's 2+ to use your chainsaw, and with a Wood Elf's armor, it's 2+ to get a Kaz roll. So War Dancers can suck it with their Blodge. Blodge catchers can suck it. Doesn't matter. Chainsaw solves all. We have a Boomer. Not the biggest fan of Boomers in leagues where you can take Bomber Dribble Snot. It can be good for overdogging against other stunty teams But really, if you bin this guy, save yourself the money, just buy Bomber Dribble Snot. He's 5k more, and he's crazy good. He's got one more passing accuracy, he's got accurate as well, and he's got a star power. If you're doing tournament play, this guy can be good because you can level him without having to pay the cost. In a roster, if you level this guy before he's even useful, he's like 80k. So he's 30k more than Bomber Dribble Snot, and most of the time you'll have a skill that gives him a reroll anyway, so you're not trying to use your team rerolls. So, bit of mixed feelings about this one. I do love bombs. He does have an amazing foul animation. If you do get a chance, Coach Raz, smash someone in the face with a boomer foul. You and whoever's watching will enjoy the animation. It's brilliant, especially if you get something good. This guy's out. It's a random, but he's out for the match. 2 rerolls, 4 dedicated fans. Coach Raz against some Wood Elves. What do we got here? 1 War Dancer out, one of these, so you're going to get 140. No TV, that's going to be a pain in the backside. For 210 actually, so yeah, you're barely getting any TV at all. That's going to be quite nasty. It will be 3 loners for him though, and only 1 War Dancer. So if you can get rid of this guy with a saw, something like that, you earn pretty good money. If you watch some of the previous clips, if you activate your Goblin Fun Bus, Coach Raz, if that War Dancer comes in, the chances of him leaving the Goblin Fun Bus alive are pretty slim, and J-Lev's probably going to be a little bit nervous about doing that just for the fun of it. So that will buy you some time if you Fun Bus up. Otherwise, hunt this guy down when you can. Vomit as well from your trolls. This will get past this. AV7, Blodge, just vomit on him. You got better odds. Even if you 3 dice it, just vomit on him. Unless you need to move him somewhere for positioning, vomit will get rid of this guy. These guys as well, give him a good smashing with the trolls. You've got block. Does Coach Raz? No, he doesn't. He doesn't have block. So just vomit on these guys as well. Won't get you the SPP. Punching him will. But if you need to get him down, your vomit is slightly better odds, unless you're willing to turn over, at which point, back to block. The rest of it's just elf nonsense. So, try and keep them contained. Murder everything. But if they do get away from you, don't overextend trying to chase them. Just kill whatever's left and then get them on the throw teammate. Save your rerolls on defense. You can't really stop Wood Elves. Throw teammate. Get the win. Good times. Coach Raz, all the way. Who needs to pay attention? I mean, last season, T-Self, he smashed J-Leave. Super Bowl champs don't do well against goblins. Scientific fact. Nothing more to be said about it. 1C. 1C is T-Self, last season's Stunty Cup winner, returning for another season of shenanigans with the legendary Wormbane, first inductee of the Rebbl Stunty Hall of Fame. This troll is amazing. Block, pro, dodge, break tackle, dodging on a 1 and 9. Love this guy. Can't get enough of it. Long may he live. This Hooligan's been hanging around. Moved down, but still worth keeping for the sneaky get. You're mainly fouling with him, so you don't need a ton of mobility, but it would be better without it. If he hangs around long enough, you might finally get him removed during redraft. Tackle Goblin's good, Dauntless Goblin, Strip Goblin, these are all randomed utility skills. Same with these two, Catch and Sure Hands. So good for picking up and good for your 1-turns or your side swapping. And a Frenzy Goblin adds threat for surfing. It's a nice little team. Creates a lot of issues, and again, a lot of people don't forget that you've got Frenzy on Goblins. I did last season. Wasn't paying attention. Got frenzied. Got pushed off the pitch. My fault. But yeah, the whole point of Goblins is to do unexpected and surprising things. T-Self is good at doing unexpected and surprising things. He's got a lot of practice as elves. Translates that agility over to the Goblins, and he's got a mean streak a mile wide, so has a tendency to murder everybody as well. But he is up against Hero of unpronounceable Sicaria at the end. Great coach, has a lot of fun, played a lot of his Underworld and stuff, but he's on Dark Elves now. We've got a Speedy Witch Elf, a Wrestle Tackle Witch Elf, which will be very nasty for the Goblins. This guy will be a pain, a block, dodge, tackle, sidestep, cage diving, pain in the backside blitzer. A lineman who has been randoming his way into legendary status with Dauntless, Strip Ball, Block, Fend. The runner here has got himself a sure hands and a wrestle. So these are all about getting the ball down, getting it gone. We'll give T-Self about 275,000 gold. So for that, I am imagining some kind of bomber, some bribes, and a biased ref. There's not really much you can do with 200 other than stock up on bribes and refs. Dark Elves are quite tough. They're as fast or faster than you. They've got good skills. They've got all the elf stuffs, and they've got good armor value. So it does make it quite hard to remove them. So T-Self's going to struggle on that one. We're going to go for a draw. But T-Self can pull out some crazy shenanigans with some ridiculous dice. So maybe a win if the Nagro Nightmares aren't paying attention. He will quite happily sneak some shenanigans, steal your ball and your points. So T-Self, probably a draw on that one, but fingers crossed that you can get a win. And then to the last one, 1H. And in this one we have two goblins. In this run we have Chris Abject with Goblin Union 317 versus Bob and Weave, who are traumatized from last week's match. The Goblin 317 is currently number 1 in the Stunty Cup after its win last week. We've got 2 block trolls, a Wrestle Dauntless Goblin. This guy is awesome. These are both randoms as well, so he's incredibly efficient. What I would suggest when you get these points here is get this guy Tackle. That will make him an amazing little sacker for 120k. Absolute awesomeness. Definitely want to keep an eye on this guy. Replacement Hooligan needs to get skilled up again. There's no pogo or anything on here, so you could replace a normal line goblin with a pogo as you get some more cash. That will give you a bit more movement, things like that. If you haven't already got a goblin that's building towards a ball carrier, once you've skilled up your hooligan, it is good to get the pogo. It's got the free move, got the amazing leap. Might as well. If you're in eternal leagues like this, you've got the TV to spend. That's always good. He'll be up against Bob and Weave, or what's left of them. There's only 9. They are missing their super catcher and lineman, courtesy of me. So they'll probably be a little bit more wary of going and basing goblins and thinking that it's going to be easy peasy. And on this one, we have the last minute Suicide Squad, which is my team. We've got 2 block trolls, 1 with grab for some LOS shenanigans and stopping all of those sidestepping scumbags. These 2 trolls have been absolutely terrible for the first 2 seasons, but this end of last season in the Air Cup and the start of this season, they both picked up their ideas. They've each got a kill in the first match, and during the Air Cup they put in a lot of work, so they're turning around. We've got the Myco Silver Ball. We've changed a couple of names on this to add in some people from Goblin Town. We've got to add some more cannon fodder ones in here, like T-Self and Coach Raz. Magnus the Pink as the Looney for no reroll goblins. We've got Yudliger as the Hooligan for his ability to brutally hurt people. Wonky Binders is our Agi Up Sure Hands Goblin. He is currently the only surviving Agi Up in the Rebbl premieres and stuff. I think Shamba might have his Agi Up skink still, but on Stunty teams, this is the only surviving guy. We have Skratsky, A little ratty guy with wrestle, tackle, and sidestep. Next skill he's going to get will be diving tackle, and he'll be a real pain at stopping people. Kendre for some well-placed kicks, getting things started, just as he did getting me into the Goblin Town, and then the rest of it will fill up. So we've got a good base. This guy will be doing a lot of work. Fun fact for you, wrestle, tackle, and 2 dice is actually better for you than troll, block, 3 dice, because you have to activate the troll. So yeah, it's just slightly better to hit people with this than it is with these. So it's changed over more to assassinating people with this guy and then following up with fouls while the trolls and the fanatic hold the line. However, we will be going up against a very nasty little team. These Necro Shock and Claw people, they are luckily missing a Super Wolf, but they still have another Super Wolf. Mighty Blow tackle Sure Hands, a block tackle Ghoul, 2 Mighty Blow guard tackle Wraiths, a very nasty Flesh Golem with block guard and Mighty Blow, and a normal Flesh Golem. Down here we have a Dauntless Zombie. I'm imagining he's going to be tanking the trolls just to give me a pain in the backside. A Wrestle Dirty player here, and Bench. So he's now got 13 people to face me, 1480 is the team value. So that gives me roughly 225,000. Bit awkward as a number. I think it puts me about 5 grand off. Bias ref. The key to my victory here will be killing these 2. Whether it's with the wrestle guy or a troll vomit, it will be making them dead. This guy here as well should be easy for the trolls to beat down with block. Then I can foul him off the pitch. This guy will be a bit more of a pain. I'm probably going to leave him alone for a while I try and hunt this guy. And as soon as I can murder him, I just hope that Regen doesn't just make his team turn back up after I spend all the effort of removing him. This will be a hard team to beat. They gave T-Self a smashing last season, so they know what they're doing against Stunties. Gonna be requiring a lot of fingers crossed and using of Bomber Dribble Snot to blow up those wraiths and other things, and then fouling them off the pitch so I don't have to mess around with their stupid foul appearance. So that's basically what we've got for next week. That's all of the roundup. We have the points here again, 108, 93 and 99, so the flings just creep into the 3rd spot and the 4th spot. These guys down here, it will be a little bit difficult for players in the first leagues, in the fresh leagues, to win either the Goblin Town Cup or the Stunty Cup, mainly being the points are weighted. If you're in a Premier Division, you get an extra 50% to your points total because you're having to fight kill stacked teams and advanced teams. If you're in a fresh league, it's actually a lot easier as a stunty team because no one's like fully guard spamming, block spamming, tackle spamming. So if we didn't weight the points, we'd find that most seasons the fresh divisions would win, and there's not much point keeping a team in a Premier League. You'll just get murdered for nothing. So that's it. We'll do it each week. Again, a massive shout out to Surreal for putting these graphics together and totaling up the points and giving us a working spreadsheet that we can track this stuff in. It's greatly appreciated, and a labour of love that he does out of the goodness of his heart. So if you see him around on any of the Discords, say a big thank you to him. Goblin Union going in to week 2, top of the table, aiming for another win, and Last Minute Suicide Squad going in, aiming for even more damage. Thanks for watching, thanks for paying attention, have fun, and see you next week, and enjoy all the fun stuff. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to raid someone. I'm going to see where we can send you people so that you can continue to have Blood Bowly fun while I go. Oh, misspelled tree. I'm going to send you over there. There you go. How do I spell her name there? Spell that wrong. Misspelled tree. Whoop. And off we go.